Welcome to LSU UREC Online. My name is Lauren, and today I'll be leading a UREC Group X Mat Pilates instructional class. Before beginning today's class, I would like to remind you of a few safety guidelines. Before beginning any exercise, please consult a physician. For Mat Pilates, you'll need an open space to allow for full extension of both arms and legs. Please be sure to remove both socks and shoes before beginning. Be sure to be well hydrated throughout your workout. If you need a water break, simply pause the workout and continue when ready. Today for Pilates, we will be beginning in Pilates stance with our heels touching, our shoulders down, and our navel sucked in towards our spine. We're going to begin by taking a few breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's add those arms, inhaling through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that one more time, inhaling for 4, and exhaling for 4. Great job. We're going to move to the end of our mat, so the mat is right in front of us. Placing both feet at the edge of that mat. We're going to inhale one more time, in through the nose, both hands come up. And slowly bend from that waist into forward bend, reaching down towards the toes, ankles, or calves, looking straight at those knees. And slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. That head and neck is going to be the last thing to come up. And from here, inhale one more time, bringing those arms up. Exhale down, bending from the waist. And we're going to walk those hands out into downward dog. Reaching those heels down towards the mat. The head comes between the arms. Those hips raise up towards the ceiling. Stretching out those calves and the hamstrings. And slowly walk those hands in to forward bend. Hang here. And again, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And inhale those arms up. Exhale down. And back out into downward dog. Really try to push through those heels, trying to get them to touch the mat. And slowly walk those hands in. And slowly roll up. Alright, great job. From here, we'll be beginning our Pilates push-up. So it begins the same way, inhaling those arms up. And we're going to fold down to forward bend, exhaling. This time we're going to walk out into plank, making a straight line with our body. Those wrists right underneath the shoulders, looking straight down at the mat. We're going to widen those hands a little bit past those shoulders. Inhale as you exhale, down for 2 push-ups. So 2 and 1. And slowly walk those hands in, back to forward bend, and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to do that one more time, inhaling those arms up, exhaling down, and slowly walk those hands out into plank. Suck that navel in towards the spine, straight line with that body. Widen those hands just a little bit, and down for 2 push-ups. And last one. Slowly walk those hands back into forward bend. And we're going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Great job. From here, we're going to take those hands and knees down to the mat onto all fours. So slowly bending those knees, bringing the hands out in front. Make sure those wrists are below the shoulders and those knees are right below the hips. We're going to slowly extend that right arm out and that left leg out, pointing that toe, looking straight down at the mat, and suck the navel in towards the spine, balancing right here. And let's slowly bring those hands back down to the mat, that knee back down as well. And extending that left arm out and that right leg pointing the toe. And slowly bring the hand and knee back down. From here, we're moving back over to the other side. Right hand, left leg. And we're going to slowly bring the elbow into the knee. Squeezing that core, bring the chin to the chest. And back out. And let's do 3. Out. 2. Out. And last one. And out. And back down to the mat. Great job. Let's move over to that other side. Left arm, right leg, point that toe. And squeeze that core as you bring the elbow to the knee, chin to the chest. And out. And 3. 2. And last one. And extend back out and down back to the mat. From here, we're going to rest our hips back on our heels into child's pose. Bring that forehead to the mat as you walk your hands out. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. From here, slowly tuck those toes underneath and bring those hips up to the ceiling. Back in a downward dog. And slowly walk those hands in towards the feet. And slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Great job. From here, we're going to walk over to the other side of the mat. So that mat is right behind us. And we're going to inhale those arms up. And as we exhale down, reach those hands back behind you. Slowly bend those knees. Bring your hips down to the mat. And bring those hands out in front. And we're going to slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time until that head and neck reaches the mat. Inhale. Exhale, slowly roll down. Bring those hands down by your sides. And we're going to move on to our bridges. So for our bridges, we're going to inhale through the nose. And as we exhale through the mouth, tuck that pelvis under. Slowly bring those hips up towards the ceiling until you reach the shoulder blades. And slowly roll back down. And inhale, exhale up. Nice and slow. And slowly roll back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale up. And slowly roll back down. From here, we're going to add a little bit of a challenge. You can always stick with the basic bridge if you ever feel uncomfortable. We're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee and continue with that same bridge. So inhale, exhale, tuck those hips under and roll. And slowly roll back down. And let's do 2 more. Inhale, exhale up. And slowly roll back down. And last time, inhale, exhale up. And back down. And uncross that right ankle. Bring that foot back down to the mat. Moving over to the left side, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Inhale and exhale, tuck those hips under and roll up. And back down. Inhale, exhale and back down. And let's do one more. Inhale, exhale up. And back down. Unhook that left ankle, place it back down on the mat. Great job. From here, adding on a little bit more to those bridges, we're going to raise that right foot up towards the ceiling, pointing that toe, and the knee is turned out away from the body so that foot is in Pilates stance. And we're going to continue with those bridges. So inhale through the nose. Exhale as you tuck those hips under and roll up. And slowly come back down, but this time not quite letting those hips touch that mat. And slowly come back up. And down. And one more time, coming up. And back down. All the way to the mat. And slowly bring that foot back down to the mat as well. Moving over to that left side. Bring that left foot up towards the ceiling, point that toe. Again, the knee is out away from the body. Inhale, exhale those hips up toward the ceiling. And slowly roll back down, but don't let those hips touch the mat. And slowly come back up. And back down. And last time, coming up. And back down. All the way. And slowly place that foot back down as well. Great job. From here, moving on to the 100, warming up that core. For the 100, those hands are going to stay right down by the sides, and there are 3 different positions we can have our feet. We can leave them right here in the basic position with those knees bent. We can come up to the intermediate position, pointing those toes, and the knees are bent 90 degrees. Or, if you've been doing Pilates for a little while, you can extend those legs up towards the ceiling, pointing those toes, and those heels come into Pilates stance. I'm going to stay right here, the intermediate, but you can choose your own level of difficulty. We're going to inhale, exhale that head and neck up off the mat, looking straight up towards the ceiling. Those arms come up as well. And we're going to inhale as we pulse for 5, and exhale, pulse for 5 with those arms. Inhaling for 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale. And exhale. Halfway there. Two more sets. And last set. And slowly place that head and neck back down. Those arms come down as well. And bring those feet back down to the mat if they weren't already there. Great job. From here, moving on to the single leg stretch. So we're going to bring that right knee in towards the chest. That right hand comes right below the knee, the left hand right above that ankle. We're going to inhale through the nose, and as we exhale through the mouth, bring that head and neck up off the mat, looking straight up at the ceiling, and extend that left foot out, pointing that toe. We're going to pulse twice on that right leg, and switch, pulse twice on that left leg, and switch, and switch. You can always place that head and neck back down on the mat if it ever begins to strain. Really focus on pulling the navel to the spine. And let's do 2 more on each leg. Last one on each leg. And slowly bring that head and neck back down, the knees in towards the chest, and hug them. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Great job. From here, moving on to the double leg stretch. This is our starting position, bringing those hands right below those knees as they're in towards the chest. Inhale, exhale, bring that head and neck up off the mat, looking straight up at the ceiling. And right here, inhale, and as we exhale, bring those arms overhead, those legs out, coming into Pilates stance with those heels touching. And back in. Inhale, exhale out. And in. Inhale, exhale out. In. Let's do 2 more. Out. And in. And last time. And in. Slowly place that head and neck back down. And slowly rock side to side, massaging that lower back. From here, moving on to our single leg circles, placing both feet back down on that mat. And those hands are going to come out into a T. From here, we're going to extend that right leg up towards the ceiling, again pointing that toe and that knee is turned out. You can also extend that left leg out if you would like a little bit more of a challenge, bringing it down to the mat. I'm going to stay with my leg bent, and we can continue with those single leg circles, making small circles on that ceiling in a clockwise motion. Inhaling on the downswing, exhaling on the upswing. The larger the circle, the more challenging the exercise will be. So you can choose your own level of difficulty. And let's do 2 more in this direction. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Last time. Once you come to the top of that circle, we're going to move in the counterclockwise direction, moving across the body, inhaling down, exhaling up. Inhale down, exhale up. And let's do 2 more. And last time. Great job. Slowly place that foot back down on the mat. And we're going to continue to the other side. Raising that left leg up towards the ceiling, pointing that toe. And the knee turns out away from that body. This time starting in the counterclockwise direction. Inhaling down and exhaling up. Remember, you can always straighten out that right leg if you would like a little bit more of a challenge. And let's do 2 more in this direction. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. And last time. And from here, moving across the body in that clockwise direction. Inhale through the nose on the way down. Exhale out through the mouth on the way up. And let's do 2 more. Last time. Great job. Slowly place that left foot back down on the mat. From here, moving on to the crisscross, working on those obliques. We're going to bring those fingertips right to the base of that skull. Those elbows stay wide throughout the exercise. We're going to bring those knees in towards the chest, pointing those toes. Inhale, exhale, bring that head and neck up off the mat, looking straight up at the ceiling. And we're going to cross that right elbow to the left knee, extending that right leg out. And back to center. Left elbow to right knee, extend that left leg out. And center. Moving slowly from side to side. And just remember to keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really try to reach that elbow across that body. And let's do 2 more to each side. 2. And last one. And slowly place that head and neck back down and bring those feet back down as well. You can bring those hands back down to your sides. Great job. From here, moving on to the corkscrew. It's similar to those single leg circles that we just did, but we're going to be using both legs. You can keep those hands right down by your side. You can extend them out into a T, right at shoulder level. We're going to bring both legs up towards the ceiling, pointing both those toes and those heels touch in Pilates stance. Starting in the clockwise direction, tracing those circles on that ceiling, rotating the hips around in that circle. But it's important that those hips stay connected to the mat at all times. Again, the larger the circle, the more challenging the exercise. And we're inhaling on the way down and exhaling on the way up. And let's do 2 more in this direction. Inhale down, exhale up, and last time. And great job. Let's bring those knees in towards the chest, hug them before we move over to the other side. And let's go back to that counterclockwise direction. Reposition those hands either out into the T or down by your sides. Extend those legs up to the ceiling, point those toes, those heels are touching. And moving in the counterclockwise direction, trace those small circles on the ceiling. Inhaling down, exhaling up. And let's do 2 more in this direction. Last time. Great job. And bring those knees into the chest. Hug those knees and slowly rock side to side. Lower back. From here, we're going to be working on that upper body and the backs of the arms. We're going to slowly extend those legs all the way out. Those hands come down by the sides. And we're going to come up onto those forearms, slowly lifting up. And from here, coming all the way up onto those hands, making sure those fingertips are facing in towards the body. We're going to move on to the reverse plank from this position. We're going to slowly lift up, straightening those arms, those heels, and the hands, the only thing touching the mat, making a straight line with that body, and looking straight up at the ceiling. And slowly come back down to the mat. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale up, reach those hips to the ceiling, and slowly come back down. And let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, exhale up, and slowly come back down. And from here, moving on to some tricep dips, working the backs of those arms. We're going to lift off of those hands, but not quite all the way up to that ceiling. We're going to slowly bend those elbows 5 times for some tricep dips. So going down for 5, 4, looking straight up at the ceiling, 3, 2, just 1 more, last time, and slowly come back down to that mat. From here, moving on to our leg series. So slowly bend those knees and bring them down to the left side, transitioning to the side. And from here, we're going to slowly roll down, bring that arm out, and those legs are going to extend out as well. There are 2 positions we can have for our upper body. We can either stay right here, laying down on that arm, or you can come up onto that forearm, placing the head on the hand. For those legs, the closer they are to 90, the more challenging the exercise will be. So you can start out at 45 and move back closer to 90 and find where you feel comfortable. We're going to start with a pointed leg lift. So point that top leg, slowly bring it up for 4, 3, 2, 1, and down, 3, 2, 1, and up, 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more. And down. And last time, up for 4. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Moving on to passe, keeping that top foot pointed. Bring that toe up to the knee, up to the ceiling, and back down to the other foot. To the knee, ceiling, and down to the other foot. Let's do 2 more. Knee, ceiling, and down. Last time. Knee, ceiling, and down. From here, moving on to clam. Bring both those knees forward. Stack them right on top of each other. We're going to keep those feet connected. Bringing that knee up towards the ceiling. And slowly come back down. And knee to the ceiling. And back down. 2 more. Up. And down. And last time. And down. One last exercise before we switch over to the other side. We're going to bring those feet up into the air. Moving on to the advanced clam. Same principle, moving that knee up to the ceiling and back down. And up. And down. Let's do 2 more. And last time. Great job. Slowly bring those feet back down and roll over onto that back, slowly extending those legs out. The hands come down to the sides. Good. Bring both feet to the mat. We're going to cross that ankle of the leg we just worked over that opposite knee. And grab behind that thigh, pulling it in towards the chest. Feel that stretch along that outer thigh. And release. Bring both feet back down to the mat. And we're going to slowly roll up and transition to the other side. So bring those hands right behind that head. Slowly rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. And you can grab behind those thighs if you need a little bit of help on the way up. Inhale. Exhale, bring those arms up overhead. And come up to a seated position. And once you reach that seated position, you're going to swing those legs over to the opposite side. Slowly extend those legs all the way out, rolling that body down to the mat. Remember, you can lay right here, resting that head on top of that arm, or come up onto that forearm, resting the head in the hand. And remember, those feet can either be at 90 or closer to 45, depending on your level of difficulty. We're going to start out with those pointed leg lifts. So point that top foot and slowly raise for 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more. And down. And last time, up for 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Moving on to that passe. Still pointing that top foot. Bringing that toe up to the knee, up to the ceiling, and down to that opposite foot. Knee, ceiling, and down. 2 more. To the knee, ceiling, and down. Last time, knee, ceiling, and down. Great job. Moving on to clam, bringing those knees forward, stack those hips and the knees, those feet stay together, and And we're moving that knee up to the ceiling and back down. Nice and slow, up to the ceiling and down. 2 more times. Knee. And the last time. And back down. Moving on to that advanced clam, bringing those feet up into the air, keeping them connected, and moving that knee up to the ceiling and back down. 3 more. Knee up and down. 2. And last time. Great job. Slowly bring those feet back down to the mat and extend those legs all the way out, rolling onto that back. Let's stretch out that leg we just worked. Bending both knees, bringing the feet to the mat. Bringing the ankle of the leg you just worked on top of the opposite knee. And grabbing behind that thigh. Bring it into the chest. Feel that stretch along your outer thigh. And bring both feet back down to that mat. And slowly extend them all the way out. We're going to move on to our lower back since it's also part of our core. This is the last exercise we will be doing before we cool down. So bring those arms out overhead and slowly roll onto that stomach. Reposition yourself on that mat. Extending both arms out overhead. For this next exercise, it's very important to keep looking straight down at that mat at all times. Moving on to the Superman. We're going to inhale through the nose, and as we exhale through the mouth, bring both arms and legs up off that mat so only the torso stays connected, and slowly come back down. Inhale, exhale up, looking straight down at that mat, and slowly come back down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, exhale up, and back down. And last time, inhale, exhale up, and back down. Great job. And from here we're going to move into our cool down, placing those forearms right out in front, those palms down on the mat, those elbows right underneath the shoulders, and lift up, pressing through the top of the head. Stretch out that core. And if you feel comfortable, you can place those hands right next to the chest and lift all the way up into full cobra. Those shoulders down away from your ears. The shoulder blades tucked down towards the hips, looking straight ahead. And from here, lift up onto all fours and back into child's pose. The forehead comes down to the mat. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And let's come onto all fours. The wrists below the shoulders. Those knees right below the hips. Let's arch that back up to the ceiling, bringing the chin to the chest, into cat. And back down to neutral. Drop that stomach down to the mat, look straight ahead, in a cow, and back to neutral. And from here, let's come into easy cross-leg position, crossing both those legs, the hands down by the sides, and the shoulders down, away from those ears. Let's stretch out those obliques, lifting that left arm up. That right forearm comes down to the mat, just reaching over and back to center. And bring that right arm up. That left forearm comes down to the mat and over. Slowly come back up. And let's stretch forward, stretching out those hip flexors. Inhale both arms up. Exhale forward. Walk those hands out as far as you can. Bring the forehead to the mat. And slowly walk those hands in. Great job. Let's stretch out those shoulders. We use these in our planks. Reaching that left arm across, hook it with that other elbow. Make sure that shoulder's down, away from your ears. And let's switch sides. Great job. Let's move on to those triceps. Bring that left arm behind us, push back on that elbow, and reach between those shoulder blades. And let's switch over to that right side. Again, reaching between the shoulder blades with that right hand. And bring those hands back down to the sides. And let's stretch out that upper back. Bring both hands right in front, clasp them, push them out away from you. And tuck that chin to the chest, round out that upper back. Try to bring those shoulder blades apart. And let's reverse that movement, bringing those hands behind us. Those thumbs are down. And the shoulders are down away from the ears as well. Opening up that chest. And those hands come back down to the sides. Let's stretch out that neck. Bring the ear to the shoulder. And down to the chest. And up to the other side. And let's go back the other way, down to the chest. And up to the other side. And back to center. We're going to end with a few breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. You can close those eyes. Inhale those arms up. And exhale down. Really try to fill those lungs with air. Inhale up. And exhale down. And last time, inhale up. And exhale down. Thank you for taking this Group X class through LSU UREC online. For other online classes or an in-studio schedule, please visit www.lsu.edu/UREC. My name is Lauren, and I hope to see you either in studio or online soon.